My name is Tinaro, and I
see the light inside you, brighter than the skies. Hold on, just let us escape and fly away tonight. We have the world in our sight, and I know together we'll be alright. Can you see forever we will go?
Oh, I think I... Can you say some? Oh, yes, yes, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, good. And we are going live. Hello and welcome to our Anime of the Week stream. And the Prophet is with me. Prophet, say hi. Hello. Okay, great. So I'm just gonna quickly adjust the sound. Just a few seconds. Okay, so we barely hear you, which is bad. Okay, so this should probably be fine. And I wanna say a big plus in the chat if you can hear us. Alright, so let's start by talking about My Hero Academia that has been Anime of the Week this week. Okay. And the first thing I want to ask you, Prophet, is what is your main opinion about this anime? What is its cons and pros? What did you like about it? Or maybe it was horrible.
I actually thought it was pretty good. It definitely has its tropes in it. Start somebody off that's weak and knows he can't do anything, and have them slowly build up to being a hero. It's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They have two sides of the dynamic. One who had to work for what they wanted in life, and another who basically made it and praised for it his entire life.
Yes. Weirdly enough, the problem is we can't hear you in the stream. And I don't know what is the issue here. Let me just bump you up to the maximum.
It's funny because last week
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Like, we could barely hear me. We couldn't hear you at all. Okay, give me a second. How is that even possible? So, okay. Tell me, people in the YouTube chat, if you can hear the Prophet and if everything is fine. And that is just me going crazy. Desktop audio, I'll just double it, I guess. I'm just trying to do something here. Okay. Okay, now say something. And we are waiting for the code then. No. This is amazing. This has never happened before. Like, I seriously apologize for the audio trouble. Like, this has never happened before. I promise you that. Okay, let me... A barely heard voice in this case. Which is, I don't know why. Let's see. Let's create another one real quick. Let's do like this. And nothing happened. Nothing happened. Why is that the case? So... Oh, we are so sorry, but we are about to start any minute now. I think maybe I have just redirected your voice into my microphone. I needed to keep talking so I can hear that something changes in the stream. So let's see.
Turns out I'm just the figment inside your head.
1 second. Let's see.
Maybe we can get one of our viewers to join. Oh wait, I heard myself
Oh, you did? Okay, great. So,
on your end.
oh, okay, so everything's fine, right?
I am a murmur on the chat.
Nice radio voice. We still can barely hear you there, but we can hear you through me, which is questionable.
Vlad says that there's a nice radio voice, so it's something.
Okay, so we can hear you, right? At some point. Alright, so
If anything else, you'll look like a crazy person talking to
this is how it basically almost looks like at the moment. This is incredible. So okay, we probably should ask Potato to join the voice chat so we know if it's a trouble from my end or I'm just going around doing something crazy for no purpose. And this is something wrong like with your mic. Okay, let's try this.
You can hear me, obviously, so
Yeah, this is incredible.
might be a program.
But I mean, what can be wrong with OBS? But okay, anyways, let's just start. So, I'm gonna start by, since we cannot hear your opinion at this moment, I guess I'm gonna start just reading what you guys wrote for My Hero Academy. I mean, I guess that's gonna be the most beneficial way of talking through it. And if anyone else can join, like we have JR still hasn't joined, okay, then we would be glad to know that if something's wrong, something's right. So the first one I see is Lordamer saying, "It's good, I'm not disappointed. I can only complain that visually it looks like manga, like it's a comic. Not very high graphic, I agree on that, but I like the concepts of it, so fair shonen anime." Alright. Is everything okay? I see like a weird emoji in the chat. Oh, okay, everything, at least I can hear myself. Okay. On the stream.
It's okay. We know you like to talk to yourself.
Yeah, this is my hobby. I collect like a few people and we do talk to ourselves. Like a few people inside my head. So now I hear myself through you. So like also the radio. So is the prophet says, well, colored me impressed. It's true to the like I think color me impressed, right?
Color me impressed.
Okay, color me impressed. It's true to the manga and makes it a hell of a lot better. So we have a person here who has read the whole manga, right? Okay. So how was it? Did it end or is it still an ongoing?
Say that again. Is the show still ongoing?
Yeah, I mean, it's manga. Did the manga end well or is it still ongoing?
Should still be ongoing. I haven't looked at it in a little bit.
Okay, alright.
Can't reveal the spoilers, but the first season that we watched was true to what was written down in manga, so
Mm-hmm.
they actually brought it to life, and I'd say it translated beautifully. I mean, from the art style to what you imagine the voices to be.
Great, great. So, weirdly enough, I don't see any action happening on. Oh, okay. Happening on my end either. So basically, I guess it may be because of me we can't hear you. I still have no idea. Okay, so the chat says 3 mangoes. I have no idea what that means, but
Chat says what?
3 mangas, just 3 manga emojis at the moment.
Oh, it's fine.
What?
I can hear you for a brief second
Mm-hmm.
on your end from to your left, so Discord's showing me talking, obviously you can hear me, so it's just not translating either. I guess YouTube.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing that I have a warning on the stream that the current bitrate is lower than it should be. Maybe that can be the core of the problem. Okay. But once again, we are very sorry for the inconvenience. I have no idea why that has happened, but I'm gonna look into that. And what happens next time?
So we'll test it next time with me live.
I mean, we did, but yeah, weirdly enough, the whole thing just went down. That was weird. So
Says, Tina, what's wrong with your voice? Like in a bathroom.
okay, so that shouldn't have happened. I guess my so my voice is wrong as well. This isn't good. This isn't good.
Are you broadcasting in the bathroom?
No. That is absolutely not true. I am not broadcasting from a bathroom. I am broadcasting from a very nice, spacious room. And it normally. Ah, okay, I see. I know how to fix that. Okay, so theoretically the sound must be absolutely better right now. Let's see. Yeah, I have fixed that. I have probably fixed that. Okay, thank you so much for your patience. The stream will be a lot of editing. So season 1 is done. A person says like Lorde says that season 1 is done. Okay, so the sound is fixed. Season 1 is done. Everything is good. Everything is awesome. Where is Tina wrote to honor me with a badge? Okay, guys, so about a badge system. As of this moment, the bot that we relied on with the badge system is just going a little bit wild. This is why we are taking measures. Like, don't worry about it. Everything that you write is right there, and we're gonna give you badges. So we do remember that your reviews exist and every single message that you do. So no worries, no worries.
We know who you are. To that match.
Yes, we will. So anytime you join the Discord server through the link in the description and you join Anime of the Week, upon the completion, like there's about 150 words that absolutely count for for the badge. You just write whatever you think, and we are getting you that badge. And so here is a review from Potato Head. So first off, I wanna say, like he wants to say, So first off, I want to say that if you're a type of a person who likes cool superhero and superpower stuff, then this anime is definitely for you. There are some episodes where the animation is not the best, but overall, it is a way better compared to other animes. So we already seen two complaints about the graphics, like the graphics could be better. I agree that this is probably not the graphics, but maybe the art style. But this is just the way the characters are designed. And to start off, I really like the story since I'm a big fan of superhero movie franchise such as MCU and DCEU. So we would need full titles, full names of the titles here. What do they stand for? The anime is captivating, a story truly well written, awesome fighting scenes, and yeah, basically shonen. I think this is a very good shonen in terms of a genre. Like you have a hero who is climbing up the ladder, trying to become great, and you have this. What I have noticed from like Hunter x Hunter and Boku no Hero is that the main character is walking all those stages. So he starts with a very very small level, and then he upgrades and he gains experience, and they both have green hair. Apparently, this is absolutely important to if you want to have a good shonen, for some reason have green hair. I mean, there's just something about that main character who's very, strong in terms of, his spiritual, like his soul, his spirit is very strong, and that is realized in his green hair. Anime is very interesting because it portrays people and like people similar to who we are, but the way they look is kind of questionable sometimes. So it's hard to say if we can identify ourselves with green characters like a lot, but on the other side we see that the personality of that character is totally relatable too. So let's see what is next here. Despite all the comedies in the beginning, the story is really serious. That is true. Spoilers from Boku no Hero, like if you don't know that yet, will be here. I'm gonna be probably spoiling the second season for you too a little bit. Be prepared for that, there is nothing you can do. And All Might is dying, and that is the whole story, the whole core of the conflict, that All Might is dying and he's looking for a successor. And later on we are discovering a nice second season spoiler that really explains why Izuku was chosen to be a successor of the All Might. So there is not much comedy. I actually think the first episode was really depressing a little bit. Like the main character's life was not like all that comedies from the beginning. I have a little bit of a problem because the first episode was so dark. It wasn't dark like in terms of gore and violent stuff, but it was dark in terms of hopelessness. On a so psychological level was very deep, and there are so many things that just were not right in the main character's life, and there is nothing you can do. And apparently when everybody is saying something about you, you start to believe that maybe all of them are right. Maybe that is absolutely true. So we have our main character going through that stage, giving up on his dreams, and All Might was his last hope, that maybe if he would say that it's not true, then maybe, it was that last chance to believe in yourself. And All Might doesn't say that, he says absolutely the opposite. And it turns out to be a great lesson for both of them. So it's interesting how All Might judges a man like by its cover at first, because a man, doesn't have a quirk. So even though we know, okay, let's spoil that. Even though we know that All Might didn't have a quirk at first, so he himself should have known that it's not a big problem, and yet he automatically goes and judges at first, but later he discovers and he reminds himself how heroism is not based on superpowers, it's based on a character. It's based on willingness to act in a positive, creative way. So it's all about preserving and saving and creating. Compared to villains, and villains are not just the bad guys. Villains are those who are destructive, who cannot create, and that's the only possibility left for them. Yeah, you can say what did you want to say?
Yeah, in a society with nothing but quirks, when you're singled out because you're not somebody who's evolved with the rest of society, because he had that extra joint in his toe like a normal human,
Yeah.
had the chance to live his childhood dream, and he always looked up to All Might. That moment on the roof, All Might finally saw something in Deku that he probably saw it himself all those years ago. And that's why I gave him the chance to carry on the one for all quirk.
Exactly. I think a miracle has just happened, even we probably got the audio. Let's see. I think a miracle has just happened.
And that's why I gave him the chance to
Yes! Welcome back, Prophet.
I have a voice.
You have a voice. This is amazing. Okay, we have a back live. So we will finally be able to hear your prophecy. Oh my gosh, we have 7 people watching. Thank you so much, guys, and sorry for the audio trouble, but it is now resolved. We can be so happy right now. Okay, guys, it was a problem on my end. I really apologize, but now I have figured it out. It's gonna be all fine. Oh my gosh, I feel so good.
Hi, Vlad.
Oh, we hear your ears. Yes, we do. We finally do hear you. So this is a very long review. Like, Potato, you're hardworking. Like, thank you. The whole story is pretty much when almost the entire population of Earth has godlike powers. True. And just every single person who watches this anime, Deku is my favorite character. Okay, so let's discuss that. Is Deku your favorite character?
Who, me?
Yeah.
You gotta root for the protagonist, but I kind of got a soft spot for All Might. He's been through some stuff. He gives that realism to the everyday hero in the world that we live in.
Yeah.
I mean, what was that scene? It was where Deku, rushed in to help his childhood friend from that villain.
Bakugo.
Yes. And I'm horrible with names, so you'll have to forgive me.
Yeah,
Well,
so we got the character list this time.
yeah, you're gonna ask me to pronounce it. But anyways,
So So yeah, saving Bakugo from that monster.
Yeah, like he was saying, everybody else stood back, but real heroes charge in without thinking about their own safety.
Yeah. And this is what really matters, because this is what gives you the difference. I think personally I do vote for Deku quite a lot. Because at first I was prepared, I was told that like he's a crybaby, so he's gonna cry a lot. I was like, oh my gosh, is he the loser that's similar to Tokyo Ghoul, anime, Konaki? Is he gonna be this kind of crybaby? This is gonna be sad. And then as I merged into the story, I really learned to respect Deku, because despite, this curse that he has thought of as a curse that really has been a blessing. He really went through a lot of trouble, and what he developed was a character without much pride, an honest person who wanted to save everyone, but he just couldn't up until a certain moment. So when we really think about Destiny and his development, we can see that if he has got his quirk at the very beginning in his childhood as he wanted, he would never become the greatest hero on earth. That just wouldn't happen, because all those trouble, all those horrible things that happened to him shaped his character, shaped his personality into something much more pure than what other characters, and especially Bakugo is a great example of what it shouldn't be, despite the strong quirk. All right, so we have to end this review someday, sometime. Let's see, because there's just so many thoughts that Potato explained here that are beautiful. I see in the chat Shoto is one love. Shoto. So let's see who that is, because the name sounds like very. Who is Shoto? Is that Shoto Todoroki? Yes. Okay. I kind of do feel for Todoroki, especially since I watched the second season. And I'm not gonna spoil too much, but there is a little something that I already wrote on Shoto and his arc in the second season. And it's gonna be interesting. And I already recorded that, and it's gonna be out like anytime. So expect that. Okay, so I did spoil you, but yeah. But still, I think Deku is, for me personally, he is a more serious character because he has that core of creation, while Todoroki is super hype character with super strong abilities. My personal feeling that his voice doesn't match his age. I was personally watching English dub, so I was like, oh my god, that is too deep of a voice for a kid who is like 17 years old. That shouldn't have happened, I think. But I mean, on one side, you understand that the voice really matches his deep personality, but on the other side, it could be a little bit lighter. But once again, that's my personal experience. Todoroki is an interesting character since he's the one who really accepted the help from Deku. And this is his huge difference from Bakugo. Because Bakugo was helped at his childhood. He was helped out and he was really offended by that help. So he thought that Deku was looking down on him. Whereas Todoroki received help and you can't help but feel that he's somewhat grateful for it. So, do you have anything like in terms of what Todoroki, what do you think about him like personally? Hello? Okay, so the prophet is probably offline. No, he's not, but I don't know why he's away from the mic at the moment. We're gonna continue reading. If Prophet, if you come back, like I'm gonna be waiting for that for that opinion of yours. And yeah, so we have this message in chat, not Deku, and chat is one love. Oh, finally, Prophet. So you're back, right?
I have no idea.
So we were talking about Todoroki. I need your opinion on that character.
Kid had a hard life growing up. His dad always forcing his intense train on it, and all he wanted to be was like his mom.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very harsh and complicated childhood. Yeah, I mean, we can have like such a deep talk about Todoroki here because on one side his mother couldn't give him the love that she wanted because the child wasn't like the one she had with the man she loved and the one that she planned to have. You know, she was forced to marry, she was forced to have a child, she was forced to raise him, she was living in a horrible environment. And apparently, like, she did hurt him a lot despite trying her best to do what's important and trying to give him a good upbringing. And Endeavor is, I mean, I have an understanding that he became a number 2 hero on the planet because of his powers. It's a little bit overrated. I'm not sure if like you can get on your powers alone that high. But he has a huge complex before All Might and so many things broken, so many bridges burned as a result of that hatred, and you know, like he feels that All Might is superior to him. So his feeling of inferiority just made his own life horrible. It made Todoroki's life horrible and his mother's. So this is not like this is not an example of a good parenting. That's for sure. But
that's a whole other dark storyline right there.
Yeah, so once again, I'm gonna quote this, you know, despite all the comedy at the beginning, I think like we didn't have that much comedy in the anime, at least I haven't noticed it as much. I mean, except if we're thinking about Deku, you know, being silly and playing an idiot sometimes, but he really is playing. So he's just playing as if he's an idiot. Before Bakugo, first of all, and before others. Maybe because partially he believes himself that he, you know, he still has that feeling that he's still that little helpless, quirkless boy. And, you know, that set of reactions that he has developed through his whole life is still showing off. Even though he's super powerful now, his character is still the same. I mean, that may actually go for the comedy here.
Plus, the poor kid turns himself into wet noodle every time he uses his power.
I mean, I don't think that's funny. This is rather cringy. I was feeling like, I feel everything that's happening to you. Deku, stop hurting yourself.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got me there. It hurts, but he's learning, and like All Might said, he has to, what is it? Build the form in order to hold the power.
Yeah, but on the other side, I don't see that how All Might actually had this problem at his childhood when he received the quirk, or whenever he received it. Like, if he had this problem before, he was like, oh yes, this is, you know, this happens if you receive one for all. But we don't see him saying that, so it's probably only Deku's problem.
No, he said that when he was giving him the piece of hair that he had to mold the vessel in order to contain the power, and he'll have to learn how to use it.
I mean, so, but I mean, on the other side, All Might doesn't give any, like, he gave the basic training, and on top of that, he doesn't give any more training that could prepare Deku for containing that power. So he just, lets it go. And Deku keeps hurting himself. And the nurse, like the healing girl, or what was her name? Recovery girl. She's just, she keeps complaining about what are you doing to the poor kid. And eventually the kid is just, doesn't know what he's doing. The teacher just let it go. So if All Might had this problem before that, then he must know what the solution is. I personally don't know what the solution is because as of this moment, I'm on the episode when Deku's fight with Todoroki just finished. He was super messed up, and some of the damages were permanent. And the recovery girl said, "Now you have to figure out how to fight without hurting because I'm not healing you anymore." So I have no idea how that's gonna resolve.
Gotta wait for the rest of it to come out.
So wait, so we still don't know how it's been resolved? Or has it been fixed and I just haven't seen it yet?
You gotta read the manga.
That pains me every time people say you gotta read the manga, but the anime should be complete without the manga. This is the whole point of an adaptation.
Well, if you want to know now, you have to read it, or you can just wait like a good person.
I actually thought they're gonna resolve it somewhere up until like season 3.
I haven't gotten that far in the anime yet. I was good and stuck to the first season.
Okay. So the people, who haven't seen the whole anime are talking here. If anyone knows what happens next, what happens in the 3rd season, hop into the voice chat and tell us. And let's see what happens next. I actually have lost what I was reading here. The series legitimately made you think critically, as if you're in the story because of the behavior that each of the characters shows. That's still some suspense. An intense moment when you go like, what he's gonna do? He can potentially do this and that. But, okay, and the character does something else. Overall, the characters are fantastic. My only problem is that they have introduced too many characters that wasn't properly introduced. So here we're talking about a 3D character versus 2D character. Because 3D character is a character with a good character arc, with a good background, and what Potato is not happy with here is that, we don't have much background and much character development with many of those who were introduced in the 1st season. There is a message in the chat that manga isn't fate. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna ever get to Classroom of the Elite, and I think it's been chosen as the next anime of the A class, so we're gonna discuss it 2 weeks from now on. Then those of you who know the manga of Classroom of the Elite, you know, guys, that it's very much different from the anime, and it's hard to tell which version is better, because personally I think they're both just different, and the psychological stuff are very legit in the anime. But we're not gonna discuss that right now. 2 weeks from now on, so the Sunday after the Sunday. Alright. I see. I see. This is where we are. All the characters are goofy, lovable, and definitely badasses. There was some message somewhere, Deku is my favorite character. There was some message that Deku is a crybaby, but we have already discussed that. And it is time for Vladislav review. So it's a high quality movie with both the drawing and the plot are pleasing. So this is the first review that doesn't say that the drawing, the art style is questionable. So the idea is very nice, and each ability has its own vulnerabilities and its price. I mean, you have to train, like for example, in Todoroki's case, he has to train in order to be able to hold his power, and the same thing goes with Bakugo. In case of Deku, he really has a price for now, but I think it's gonna be resolved further in the series. I really hope so.
Yeah, Deku just needs to have strong muscles to handle all that power.
Yeah, stronger muscles. Like the moment he wasn't, like he thought he wasn't accepted in the academy, he was just sitting with a very depressed expression on the couch and just keeps doing that exercise. You know, and there's like a very heavy, what's it called? Like training device in his hand, and he just keeps pulling.
The dumbbell and the what is that called? The hand press or something?
I get, yeah. I guess it's the hand press, and he just keeps doing it automatically. I'm just so depressed about not getting into the academy. This is incredible. This is a very nice scene that really proves that in the last 10 months, he really learned how to do this automatically without even thinking. And this is something that I'm very jealous of, because such willpower to hold the regime, you know, to set your lifestyle to a certain, to a certain level and not dropping it after, a month. And this is something really hard to do. If any one of you have ever been on a diet or ever wanted to train and exercise, then you know how much of a pain it is to maintain your desire to do something and to achieve it. Have you ever been on a diet? Interestingly enough, like I think I have never been on a diet before.
A diet is just what you eat.
Yeah, so, exactly. That's my motto.
Most people assume diet is, I'm going to lose weight. Yay. But I mean, at least it actually humanizes in the show.
Yeah.
Versus if you go to like Americanized superheroes, it's ta-da, Superman. I mean, Batman actually did train, and so did a few others, but they tend to show them as these impervious, great things.
Yeah. Here is like a little bit of a problem. Okay, I forgot what I wanted to say. Yeah, I mean, if the character is too much, you cannot vote for them. You cannot associate yourselves with them, because this is like a huge problem. So, with great power comes great responsibility, says Vlad. This philosophical question will be raised almost every episode of 3 seasons already released, indicated both positive and negative aspects of heroism. So here is a man we need, a man who have seen 3 seasons and knows what will happen with Deku.
Vlad has dedication.
Yes, dedication to watch it through. And not surprised. Well, actually, we have just started the anime, and it hasn't been so much time to watch it. But we already go into the 2nd season, which was not part of the A class, so it's all good. Not surprisingly, almost every student of the academy has its own internal problems, one deeper than another, and the protagonist is a generally working problem, consisting of 50% sobbing, 30% injuring himself, and 20% I will die but I do that.
That is beautiful, Vlad.
That is very nice. I think what's interesting here about Deku is he really gives off the impression of a loser while not being one.
Oh.
Yes, because if you're talking about being a loser, I'm thinking Bakugo.
Not Kachan.
Ah, yes, Kachan. So he's exactly a man whose potential is great, who has powers, who has talent, who has been praised so much that he gained a very huge ego, a very huge pride, and it's gonna stand in his way, despite him
Amen.
being, yeah, so good. And Deku has a teacher only because he has the ability to learn. Because All Might wanted to offer his help to Bakugo, to Kachan. He wanted to offer his help to Todoroki, and they just couldn't accept it up to the moment. I've seen the series. And Deku is the one who's seeking All Might's help, is the one who's hanging onto his pants and saying, I will not let go because I'll die and because I need you. He is really the one who is seeking that knowledge, who is seeking that experience. So Deku doesn't rely on himself so much that he assumes that I can do everything by myself and I don't need to be taught. So despite his, sobbing, that has been annoying, like 50% of sobbing. 30% injuring himself didn't happen because, he's a pure muzzle. Not because of that, it's just the quirk. It's just a little bit of a problem that I hope will be resolved sooner or later.
Yes.
Because that just looks horrible, those limbs hanging freely and tumbling in the wind.
Those poor legs.
Oh, and hands and fingers. Oh.
I could handle the hands and fingers, but those legs just flopping in the breeze was just horrible.
Oh, yes. I mean, we are trying to choose a non-gore anime, but there's just some things that are not officially gore, and yet looking at them, it just hurts your soul.
It's not gore, it's just noodles. It's okay.
Noodles. I mean, since when they're this purple color?
There's more gore coming from All Might's mouth than anything in this entire film.
You think so? I mean, is it the thing? Yeah, he needs training. He does. And 30% of courage. So I will die, but I do that. I really like that phrase. It's funny gore. Okay, so Vlad is already in the chat reacting to everything we're doing, and he says it's funny gore. I mean, I feel so cringy about that. But okay.
I wouldn't even call it gore.
I mean, broken limbs, something you don't want to look at.
They try to turn it into comedy the way that they portray it.
It's like, a couple of legs broken, how funny. No, this isn't.
It's just an everyday thing. It's okay.
It's okay.
Everybody walks around with noodly appendages.
Yeah, have a Snickers.
Oh my god.
So here we meet some simple truths such as one man no man. United we stand, divided we fall. Think about the consequences, etc. Too much attention is paid to this, as it seems to me. Well, this is, a matter of taste, I believe, because personally, if I would see only just fighting and fighting without any reasoning behind it, I would just feel very bored, because you can always invent a new villain. It's no big deal, but eventually we're gonna have some moral behind it. And what I personally think is we have JoJo Bizarre Adventure, and I'm thinking of season 5. the Golden Wind, where there was just so many villains. And, it really follows the villain of the week trait. And even, if the team of those heroes didn't have a true purpose, this would just be so boring to watch. So, I mean, on one side, yes, if there are just too much morals, this can be very annoying. But on the other side, without any, there won't be any plot to think about. And the most annoying thing is, with such a bright start to the story, over time it comes down to monotonous conveyor to be continued. So here is a nice, once again, comparison to JoJo. Why is that every anime we do, we have to compare it to JoJo? Maybe JoJo is just that great.
JoJo's recent Dragon Ball Z has been.
Yeah, I guess we gotta watch them. So the plot develops very long and goes into the template. Okay, so it's 7 out of 10. Thank you, Vladislav, for your review. This has been interesting. And let's see. Okay, so other people saying that they stopped halfway through season 3. That's Icicle's review. Besides from that part, it's honestly a pretty decent anime. 6 out of 10, to be honest. Okay, thank you. And JR, who hasn't joined us today for a voice chat, maybe he was like super busy. So he wants to say that My Hero Academia was a great anime, and personally I see here a reference to an A-class anime, since we have that class. Because of the start of the show episodes was great, emotional. You can see the heat and the heart. Deku, he's a crybaby. So we have like 2 people already saying that Deku is a huge crybaby. But at the same time, he really wanted to be a hero. I don't know what we have spoiled. If we did something, please forgive us. This is unintentional. But apparently there can be spoilers from any anime in this discussion. So be prepared.
About to say, you've touched a lot of spoilers tonight.
I think we did. But mostly on My Hero Academy. Mostly just on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I also want to discuss here is Deku and Bakugo's fight in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. So there has been a very nice moment of... So shall we talk about how Ida has got the best, like, #1 place? Because he has just been so good in the task. He really tried to be the villain. He really had the strategy. He did his best to defend, but he looked so... I don't want to say pathetic, like he wasn't, but compared to others, he
was out of place.
Yes, but he got the best score out of this task. Oh my god. I mean, Bakugo just is a villain on all by himself. And, the reason behind it is partially, like, he had this pride. That's why he couldn't accept Deku's help. He was so offended and so annoyed. Mm-hmm. So he just went on a rampage. Like, trying to kill Deku. It's a little bit creepy how in the second season, he says die to the people he fights. Mm-hmm. It's like, are you really gonna kill him? Or her? Like... He just goes die, and now kill. But they're your comrades. You're just fighting. This is not for real. I'm hearing a lot of echo of myself in you. Okay. So, yeah.
I don't know why.
This is unexpected. So there is this situation. I have no idea why. So we also have Uraraka, and she just decided to laugh in the most inconvenient moments. So Deku was fighting for real, and she was just laughing off Ida being too serious about his task. And without Deku's help, she would have been useless. Unfortunately. Yeah, we have discussed Bakugo, and Deku was just. It's interesting enough because I'm not sure whether he acted on his instinct or he had a strategy all along. I think at some point. Yeah.
You talking about when he punched to the floor?
Yeah, yeah. When he was running, and eventually he met Bakugo right under the right place, so where the bomb was located upstairs, and that's when he punched it. I mean, Bakugo, yeah.
He seemed to have a strategy once he figured out the layout of the entire building, and he actually used communication between him and I'm gonna butcher that name.
Uraraka.
So, yes, her.
Poor girl. I mean, she's like the main waifu in the story, and we are
Whoa.
not even pronouncing her name.
Calm
Oh,
down. Calm down.
it's gonna be so sad for her. Her nice, beautiful cheeks were flashing throughout the first and the second season so hard. I mean, she was seriously trying to be the best, and yet her name isn't even remembered.
I only did the first season. You went above and beyond. I didn't see that in requirements.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just trying to touch a little bit of a second season, but like not too much. There's been just a lot of action in the second season.
Oh yeah, in the manga it just really picks up between spoiler, All Might talking about his mentor and the old man helping out Deku, whatever, with his training and all that. So
Oh, that's great. I have only seen so far All Might slightly mentioning his teacher and the whole story about All Might also being quirkless. So the teacher gave him, the power. For what reason and who was that teacher? I have no idea. I'm expecting a huge twist, something like that master of All Might will turn out to be the main villain or something. But once again, that's only my guess.
All Might's been evil this entire time.
Shall we talk about how All Might is actually a Japanese person who is pretending to be American?
Are you sure about that? Just because he uses American states?
Oh, I mean, American states? I don't get it.
Okay.
I mean, at some point they even show him standing in front of an American flag, I think.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about his moveset. California Smash.
Oh god, really?
That's a state. Detroit Smash. That's a city in the United States. Missouri
Yeah.
Smash. That's a state. Nebraska Smash. State. New Hampshire Smash is a state. Oklahoma Smash. Texas Smash. And let's not forget the ultimate one, United States of Smash.
Oh no. This shouldn't have happened. I mean, I was totally thinking he's American until he was Japanese. And it was like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Actually, I think I saw where he was from.
I mean, his name is Japanese. That's why. Let's see. What's his real name? Oh, that's a wrong pair. Toshimori Yagi. Like, Toshinori Yagi. Yeah. He even has a Japanese kanji, which a foreigner would never have. Like, if my name is Tina, that would just write like China, in katakana. He even has kanji for his name. Like, He's so Japanese. Let's see what his nationality is. He has a Japanese name. He has, like, All Might is his alias.
I don't know if they actually talk about his name. It's been a while.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay, so yeah, nobody, like, at least the wiki doesn't say anything about his nationality. That hurts, but
Yeah.
I assume he's not.
I found his mentor's name. I mean, there you go.
Yeah, yeah. So. Oh, spoilers, spoilers. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. Because otherwise we will get killed by the audience. They don't probably want to know the whole Nanoshima thing. Oh, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah. So you say something about it.
I said it the first. Nobody heard anything. I heard nothing.
Uh huh.
So, kill your ringtone, please. All might use say power. Yeah. That is scary. Alright, and we haven't talked. Okay, we're not gonna talk about Ida too much because some stuff happened in the second season, but we're gonna talk about him being the perfect class representative. Like, this guy literally goes, don't sit on the desk, don't disrespect the furniture of the school.
Oh Lord, yes. It's all about respect.
Yeah, being super respectful, the super building. I mean, normally, like, the director, the president of this whole place just put up some furniture, some random furniture in this class. And this guy just goes like, oh, this furniture, so many heroes have studied using those desks. I mean, at some point, he's just a hidden Deku. Like, Deku is a fanboy, but he doesn't hide it. Whereas Ida is a hidden fanboy. This is my theory. You know, this is now official. Because he hides so much, like, he hides his excitement about this whole place in terms of, like, trying to keep everyone at bay. If you really think about it, your classmates are the ones who gonna be heroes, and you maybe gonna be a hero yourself, so there's nothing to be so fascinated about. Press F to pay respect. Yes, this is exactly what we need. So, Prophet, are you still in here or not? I just still want to see. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been here.
You've been here. You've been here. Thank you so much for being here.
It's over.
Yeah, we are slowly starting to close in. So I have, like, the last review in here, which is mine. It's like, I appreciated a good plot myself, and every single hero has his own reasoning to becoming the best, which is mostly disclosed in the second season, but you guys had the spoilers, so we're gonna stay silent about that. But Deku has his own teacher who will rise him up if his student has a good potential. And he does. As much as Deku is a crybaby, he really wants to help people out all the time. Bakugo and Todoroki have seen it, even though only one could appreciate the help. In any case, it is a great anime that I'm totally planning to finish. And that is absolutely true. So, do you plan to finish the anime after reading, like, all the manga that has been out so far? Yes, so you know that people are gonna hold us to that promise.
I didn't promise anything. It's all you.
I mean, you just said which means you're gonna finish it.
You know. Of you, so.
Can you say that again because you got interrupted?
I'm way ahead of you, so I'm doing.
Spoilers! You know all the spoilers.
Me?
I'm so envious. I'm so envious. Alright, guys. It is time to wrap it up, and let me remind you that we constantly having classes on Discord. You can join with us, write your reviews of the anime that we currently watching. Vote for an anime which we're gonna watch in one class or another class. So many spoilers. Of course, this is a discussion of My Hero Academia. There will be spoilers, there were spoilers, there are spoilers. Spoilers everywhere.
All by Tina.
Oh, yes. And yeah, we currently have A class and we have a B class. And the prophet who was here, thank you so much, is a chair of a B class.
That's B for best class.
Well, then come and join his class. It's absolutely important. It's absolutely imperative that you join his class. You know.
Come watch One Punch with us this week.
Is it One Punch Man this week? Let's see. Let me hop in. Yes.
Yeah.
I've already done a review on that, which is awesome. And you know, we are slowly but surely giving out badges. So this is nice. And just so we're absolutely clear on the streams, we are having streams every Sunday at 00 Eastern time. 00 a.m. Eastern time. So it's midnight, right?
Yes.
So every single week you can just hop in. It's always the same time, and we are always here to talk about anime, to make some nice analysis. And I just really appreciate the animation on top right corner. You know, that animation of Deku is just it's just me.
Hey,
Like
you're
every
welcome.
Sunday. Yeah. Like whoever did this GIF, you have my respect. You have my personal respect and personal appreciation. This is too
And
true and too real.
And he's not crying, everybody.
Yes, he's not crying. So we have like a strong-willed character who can move and
I can
tilt
change
all
that
the
in a
time.
minute, too.
You can change that?
Yeah.
How can you change
Just
that?
add another gift.
This is interesting. I will look forward to that. All right. Thank you guys. So, yeah,
Yeah, no, you're good.
yeah.
Thanks,
We're
everybody.
wrapping up. Thanks everybody for coming, and yeah, hope you really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, young viewers.
Well, good, because we are here. Everything's fine. All
Let's
right,
go, young Midori.
let's go.